Okay, so protection. Now this is a simple little one that you can do at home. And so the first things we have are chilies, so chili peppers. Now these have got little holes in them because I used it as an example for one of the lessons that I've recently done, but I'm going to actually use these and show you again what I actually showed them in my class. So we've got chili peppers. I've got 9 of these. Some red thread. Okay, now I've pre-threaded this with a pin, a needle, so that just makes it a bit easier to push through the chilies. And you can literally stop there, but you can also put little bits and pieces on. You can add little bits and pieces on. I found this the other day at I call it like a $2 shop because everything that was there is pretty much $2. I think the most expensive thing that was there was $10, which was actually this that I purchased. And this is a little bell. Hopefully you can see that. This is the bell, and inside we've got the little dinger. Okay. Now I'm not going to do it on camera, but you can see that you've got a section here which will have a pentacle that I can carve or just write on there, and also the section along here can have sigils and charms written on there as well. So you can take a store-bought item, and you can see that that's very very nice and pagan, a simple store-bought item, and you can kind of jazz it up a little bit, and most people won't notice the little donger on here, and you can see that's got things. So that is going to go on the end. So really simple. And I've also got here burning just a little bit of dragon's blood incense, just in a stick. Again, about being simple and some things that people can get themselves without too much trouble. I think you can go into most stores these days and get dragon's blood incense, especially in the $2 shop. I think I saw heaps of those. Now, the idea of this is a protection. So there's quite a few different versions that you will find on the internet, on YouTube, and I do suggest you have a look at some of those and just see how other people do it, and then adapt and change it to yourself and for your own requirements. So I'm using 9 chilies, and as you can see, these chilies look very much like the horn that is prized in Strega or Italian witchcraft, and it harkens to that. It's it kind of takes that energy as well. So that horn of protection, the horned god. And so this is about protection. And chilies are also quite hot, and the actual heat itself can be quite repelling, and is used quite a lot in magic where you want to get rid of someone or make someone feel a little bit uncomfortable. So that's where you have the chilies would come into play. And red also is a very good colour and is used a lot in protection. So that is why we're using the red string. And this again I think is hemp. So it's quite organic. So the main thing that we're going to start doing is you're going to string these into a kind of like a witch's ladder, but it is using the chilies. And so you start off by tying a knot in the end. Now I would leave a bit, because I'm going to tie this to the bell that I showed you earlier. So you leave enough at the end to be able to tie that. And we're tying our first knot. And this knot is just so that those chilies don't fall off. Okay. So by knot of 1, your power is undone. Now, you can have the chilies itself. You can hang this in your kitchen and it wouldn't seem that out of place. It just looks like you're drying some herbs, but it is done for protection. And if you are going to do that and you then you do want to use those herbs, I would designate one of these, and you can see this one here has its little top fallen off. So I would say maybe designate one, and I'll designate this one if I was putting it into the kitchen as the one that is the absorber of negative energy. And you can make it known. You can put some kind of, you can carve a little symbol into it. You can do whatever, just as long as you know that it's that one that is the one that's going to be the main draw card. And you wouldn't use that in your cooking. The other ones are there to look good, basically, but that one chili is the one that's absorbing all of that energy. So we put the chili through and piercing it. And again, as you're doing any kind of magic, any kind of crafty type magic where you are constructing something, you need to have the intent in your mind's eye, the vision of what it is it's supposed to be achieving. And as you are doing that, it's strong, and you can start saying some kind of chant over and over again, like protection, protection, something that keeps you focused on what it is that you are doing. Now, I am not doing that at this time because I'm showing you what needs to be done, but that is basically what you would be doing. And then you tie another knot by a knot of 2. By a knot of 2. So it is true. And then you put another chili on. Now we put the knots in between just so that when these chilies do dry, you don't have that possibility that they're going to be a little bit funky and rot in the side. So that so you can see that knot is keeping them from getting too close. By a knot of 3, protection for me. And by knot of 9, protection is mine. And you can let it sit in the incense, getting all that dragon's blood. Now you can add a little bit more to the spell. You can put some protection oil on these chilies as well. And this one here I'm using, you can see, it is a spell that it's not a spell, it's oil. It's oil that I got from Joey Morris, Starry Eyed Supplies, and I will put a link down to this and her channel down below. Awesome protection oil. This one's called Blade Over Steel, and it is kick-ass. It just, I could not recommend this more highly. That is the bomb. As you can see, it looks like a battlefield, and yeah. So you place a little bit of that oil on there, again looking at it being protection. You can anoint it with sigils as you are anointing the chilies. You can see that these chilies now, as you anoint them, begin to become awakened, more so than when you were putting the little knot spell together. And the chilies start to shine and to pulse, and you can see the energy vibrating within them as they are ready to repel all negativity that comes in the direction. It absorbs it and also pushes it away, if that makes any sense. A little bit like, think of it a little bit like one of those bug zappers that absorb the energy but also get rid of it at the same time. It zaps it out, it gets rid of it. So you have your little chilies, your protective soldiers, and then once you've done that and you've charged it, you've pushed that intent in there, and you can see and you know for 110,000% that you are protected in all areas, all possibilities. Then you can string it up into your home, and I'll show you what the finished product looks like.
If you like this video and want to see more, please click on the links provided. If you think this witchcraft thing may be for you, please subscribe. Blessed be.